Wendy's, don't test me. I'll put you in the death squeeze, just like an orange in the summer.
I can see Andrew's eyes, as if I'm standing right in front of him. All of the rage I had flowing through me when this first started happening has come back 100-fold. All I wanted to do is my job, what they paid me to do, and I end up having to uproot my son. They disrupted my life all because Andrew couldn't keep his filthy hands out of the company's bank account. Mustafa breaks my concentration by explaining what I have in front of me, and how to use it. On your right is a hairpin trigger. Tap it once, and it'll spray 50 hollow point rounds. So whatever you're aiming for, it's a guarantee it'll be obliterated. Use your ammo wisely. We both have 500 rounds each before this device is deemed inoperable. Internally, I battled with myself. Do I really want to harm Andrew? Yet, he's a liar, a thief, and horrible sitting manager. But does he deserve to meet an early demise? I had to think quick, because the exit to the docks is 3 miles away. Do you want to delay the truck, or take out the people in it? Mustafa asked. Because of Andrew's actions in the past, 15 awesome people and workers lost their jobs, and lying-ass Andrew didn't bat an eye. These people had his back, and he stabbed them in theirs. I want time with Andrew. Let's delay them, I replied. You got it, boss lady, Mustafa said with a sinister grin. Mustafa shot at the radiator. No sooner than it connected, steam started to leak through the hood. The truck began to slow down and veered off to the emergency lane. Joe kept pushing, getting us to the docks in less than 2 minutes. We pulled up to Dock 4 just as Rhonda and Eric pulled in. Joe parked the Navigator so when the tow trucks pull in, they will either see the front of the vehicle or the rear, depending on their point of entry. Joe and Mustafa took both devices out of the vehicle and made their way to Dock 2 to join Rhonda, Eric, and I. Setting up the devices on the 3rd floor of the warehouse makes for an easy ambush. Eric walks over towards me with a smile, while I was setting up my device to fit my height. Without a word but the biggest smile I've ever seen on him, Eric hands me a bright red envelope. Without question, I removed myself from where everyone else was standing and opened the envelope. Without further thought, I fold the envelope to put it in my pocket, and keep it safe until I can look at the full report, and dispose of it properly. I retreated to help my team, trying not to wear my emotions on my face, but I failed miserably. Looks like you got what you wanted. I guess the agency deems it necessary to get rid of the parasite, Rhonda said, patting me on the shoulder as she walks by. I guess so. Hopefully he doesn't get caught in the crossfire. This is my first red envelope, and I don't want to screw it up, I replied. You'll be fine, but in order for you to catch him, you have to let everything from the past go. You have to let go of the fact that you knew him personally, and you have to forgive them all for what they did. Understand, Billy, this is not personal. You're going to get the personal benefits from it, but it's all business. Just keep that in mind, Rhonda inspired. We were set and ready to go, but after 45 minutes they still haven't showed. I made my way to the office area to get some things set up for Andrew and if they don't come, I'm going to have to go get him, and I'm cool with it too. Either way, he won't see the light of day. We have him coming, and they're coming in heavy, Joe yelled out, running to get into position. Truck 97 is mine, I said, rushing to get to the stairs. Not too far behind me is Mustafa. While on the move I tried to explain to him that I didn't need his help, and that I had to do this on my own. It was like everything I said went into one ear, and out the other, because he wasn't budging. You don't listen, do you? I furiously asked. I heard you, but again, I have been instructed to protect you with my life. I take my job serious and I love Jean like a sister, so I can't leave you. I will only get involved if I have to. Can we agree on that? Mustafa asked. Do I have a choice? I replied. No, not really. This is my offer, take it or leave it, Mustafa said, pointing at the window. I looked to see where he's pointing, and right in front of the window is Andrew Glocks. Chaos erupts, and all I can hear is shell casings hitting the concrete, but no bullet seems to be hitting the building. They're retreating, I heard someone yell from upstairs. I ducked down so my head wasn't showing through the window. Instead, I was covered by the concrete. The sides and rear of the building's window glass has been broken out, which give me a little bit of an advantage. Pulling my knife so I'll have it readily available to cut off his seatbelt. Mustafa grabs my arm and pulls me back. There's no way you can pull this man out of that truck. I'll take care of it and I'll make sure he's alive. Please allow me to handle this part, Mustafa whispered. I nodded, agreeing. He moves in front of me, puts his knife in his mouth, and jumps up and grabs Andrew, pulling him straight out of the tow truck. Andrew hits the floor and passes out. The shooting halted, and within seconds, it was so quiet that I could hear a shell casing rolling outside. Eric and Rhonda came down to let us know those that survived ran. Then Eric broke the bad news. 3 got away. 1 was shot. With that being said, staying here to finish my mission is a no-go. Rhonda was on the phone with the agency to get a cleanup crew out here before the police show up. While they were talking, trying to figure out their next move, I was securing my mark. I grabbed the tarp I saw in Mustapha's vehicle, and on the way back, I saw something underneath the dock. When I got closer, I could see work boots, surrounded by what smelled like urine. When I walk away, come from under there and run to your right. If you look back, I'll kill you. Oh, and pass along this message. The next wave of people that come after me, I'm going to pick them off one at a time and force them to watch me kill their family. Stay away from me, I'll stay away from you. You got it? I grunted. Yeah, whatever you want. Just don't kill me, the driver said. I didn't come after you all, y'all came after me. What did you think was going to happen? Just pass the message along, I said as I walked away. Walking back to Dock 2, I could hear the loud, but fast footsteps by the men under the dock. Entering the warehouse, the 3 of them is circling Andrew. When I reach their little huddle, I can hear Andrew pleading for someone to let him go. I dropped the tarp, pulled my sidearm, and the 3 of them parked ways for easy access. I'm going to give you 2 chances to answer the first question. From here on, if I ask you a question and you don't answer with the truth, you will be punished. Okay. Good. Now that you know the rules, we shouldn't have any problems. First question, who's running the show on your end? Who do you answer to? Maria. I answered to Maria, and Drew answered. That's your first lie, Glocks. She's not bright enough to pull something like this off, and I sure as hell know you aren't either. We know who the head is. I just want to hear you say it. Who is giving you orders to come after me? It's Maria, Andrew proclaimed. Andrew looking around for help. When he turned his head to the side, I pulled my sidearm and cracked him over the head with it, and he fell back like a sack of potatoes. I laid out the tarp next to him, rolled him in it, and secured him in it using the rope that came with it. This is to make sure it doesn't come apart during transport. It's not like I can throw him over my shoulder, like a man could, so dragging him makes a lot more sense. Joe, along with Mustafa, hoisted Andrew's limp body into the vehicle. Eric and Rhonda came running out stating that the cleaner was within sight. We all jumped in our respective vehicles and headed in the direction of the warehouse.